Good evening, Reverbarians. This is going to be a quick tone and function demonstration for this 2023 Agile AL-3200MCC. This model is basically a Korean Les Paul type derivative. It is not very Les Paul-like, let me say. It's a neck-through construction guitar. It has a rather significant carving here around the neck body joining area that gives much better upper fret access than a Les Paul's very squared off heel that you would have here instead. You can see this is a 5-piece neck, so that's maple, walnut, maple, walnut, maple, and then the two body members are laminated onto that to make 7 pieces across the body. The guitar is just a touch over 9 pounds. I think it's 9 pounds, 2.9 ounces. We'll have pictures of that in the listing. But while it is clearly Les Paul derived, it plays much more like one of the Access Customs, where they've got the heavy carving away here and a very thin neck profile. I'll get measurements on that. To my finger calipers, it feels like somewhere around an 850, 860 thickness. Sorry, that's in decimal inches, 0.86 inches, and it really does not thicken up much by the time you get to 12th. It might jump up to 0.9 or 0.91 up here, but it stays a very thin, modern C profile, so no asymmetrical stuff going on there, no flat spotting on the back of the neck, such as like on a D profile. Just a modern C profile, but it is quite thin. If you like a 1959 or especially a 58, like a heavier neck profile, this is going to be very different from that. The neck is carved with a volute. You'll see it's got kind of that chunked up area right there for extra reinforcement behind the nut. Everything on this guitar is dead stock. There have been no modifications to it. It is exactly the way that it was sold and delivered to me in, I think, late spring. I think it was May or June of 2024. A serial number dates it to 2023, but it was mid-24 by the time it came to me. This is a satin sunburst finish. It's like a Heritage Cherry Sunburst. But again, this is a satin finish, so it keeps that nice smoothness to it without being sticky or glossy. It photographs very well because it doesn't glare. You can see there's no real reflection off of it. You get a little bit of a sheen off of that satin finish, but that's it. The Giovanni pickups are original to the guitar. There have been no modifications, changes to this thing in any way. Nice feature of the 3200 is on the tone pots, you get coil splitting, coil tapping. I'm not sure exactly which it is, if it's a true split to the coil or if it is a tap, but both pickups do it. You can split both the neck and bridge humbuckers. The bridge and tailpiece, I believe this is a Goto bridge. You know, these Agiles, they're crazy high spec. Well, I'll put all the specs, all that stuff in the listing. You can get that. It comes straight from Rondo Music, however they have them listed. I'm going to copy and paste that and just trust that the Rondo Music information on this guitar is the most accurate. I did open things up in here. I had a look at the back of the pickups just to confirm the models and to give you pictures inside those pickup routes so you can see what's happening in the pockets. I also opened up the control cavity, but you'll see all of those pictures in the listing. I cannot detect any defects on it. The binding is very flush. There is no lip or edge where the binding meets the body all the way around here. Even my Gibsons aren't that good. Like they tend to feel like a little bit of a I don't know, a deformation or a lip or a lump, especially where there's a sharp curve in there. The Agile does not do that at all. All down the neck where the binding meets the neck maple, that is perfectly smooth there. There is no detectable lip or edge, anything of the sort. The frets are in excellent condition. This guitar has been played very little in the not quite 2 years that I've had it. I bought it to be an office guitar. Its job was to sit in my office, and I thought I would pick it up before work or between meetings, this kind of thing. Hardly happened at all. And it's just too good of a guitar to sit there in my office unused. It's a dark rosewood board. You can see I have, it looks like ebony on camera, but I don't reckon it is. When I had the Lemoyle on it earlier today, it has streaking and character in it that makes me think that it is a rosewood board, but it is real mother of pearl inlays. I mean, even a Gibson Les Paul doesn't have that. And you have the first fret trapezoid inlay. Pretty neat, right? Yeah, the frets are they're not like polished. I did give them a little bit of treatment when I was in there, but they didn't need much. The fretboard feel on this guitar has always been very silky smooth. The action is OEM set. I didn't have to adjust the action on this at all, and it has a nice low action without being super low. I like an action that has a little bit of lift to it. I find it easier to control the adjacent string on bend. But you may like the action to be a touch lower. If that's your thing, then by all means have at it. Most of my guitars, I switch them over to top routing. I never played this one enough to do it. So the tailpiece is exactly where it was set out of the box. Speaking of which, the guitar will ship in the original box that came from Rondo Music. There was no case purchased with it, so there's no case offered with it now. It made it to me just fine, so I'm confident that it'll be safe in shipment here as well. So with that said, I will go ahead and jump in here and give you a bit of a treatment, I guess. We can get some of that distortion out of it just with the volume knob. Here it is with the coil split. That's full send on the bridge pickup. That's full volume. We can split that for you as well. We'll roll some of that tone back. Here it is, full tone again. Notice as I'm manipulating the tone control and the volume control, there's no crackling, no static, no noise coming through the signal. Same on the neck pickup. So yeah, there's no noise at all in any of the controls. Everything works great. Guitar, like I said, is exactly as it came out of the box, and has only had the one owner. No maintenance, no repairs, very little playtime on it. I had high hopes that I would put it to use, and that just didn't happen. So my loss, your gain. As these Agiles go, the 3200s tend to run high 9s, even all the way up to 10 pounds. This one being just a touch over 9 pounds. I find it very comfortable on the strap. You'll notice in this video it is wearing Schaller strap locks. These will not ship with it. I will restore this back to the strap buttons that came with it, which are actually pretty good size. They're not deficient in any way. It's just all my straps are set up for strap locks, so I put them on here. But other than that, please, if you'd like to see additional pictures, just message me here on Reverb, and I will be very quick to answer as soon as I can. Fret ends feel great. I mean, there is no sharpety sharpness down there at all. They're nicely rounded over. Not a full polish, but they're still bright and shiny and no wear on them at all. So I'm able to offer this with a very, very clear conscience, and I hope you'll find the price to be more than friendly, let's say, compared against the price of a new one. It truly is in like new condition. We're quite clear of conscience letting this one go for the price that it is. It's just too nice of a guitar. These PAF type pickups, I mean, they sound great. They compete with the Gibsons that I have. It's just crazy that they're able to do that at this price point. So please ask questions. Additional pictures are happy to be provided. And yeah, thanks for having a look at this 2023 Agile AL-3200MCC. Cheers.